What's up, YouTube? I'm Dr. Will, your manhood mentor, and I want to invite you to sign up for my Maximizing Fatherhood class. In that class, brothers, you'll receive all the knowledge that men need to know about life, love, relationships, family, and money that your father never told you. You'll learn in just a few hours what it took me 50 years to learn about women and wealth that currently has me living very comfortably. Go to MaximizingFatherhood.com and take the course so you won't be the one that's left out. Your friends will become powerful men and are going to have too much money and too many honeys hanging around them to want to hang around you. So sign up for it today and get it before they do. All right? Amen. Today's video is a reaction to a video that I saw on WorldStar. It features a man who found himself married to a woman that cheated on him 3 times. She was banging his neighbor friend, got pregnant, and then divorced him and walked away with half of everything that he had. Now, I posted a link to the original video in the description box below. Once you watch the video, you'll see a classic example of why simping ain't easy. Men who simp for women have to put up with a lot of bullshit, and then they end up losing half their shit. Muppet newsflash, my simping brothers, a woman will eventually leave you because you are not giving her any reason to respect you. At some point, a simp will always learn that the woman that he was with wasn't really his woman. She belongs to the streets because he had no idea about how to get freaky under the sheets. So, what can you do if you find yourself married to a woman and you are simping just to keep her? Let's talk about it. Now, I'm going to present 4 examples to show you why simping ain't easy, okay? And I could only play a small portion of the first simp video explaining what happened to him because I don't want to get a copyright hit, okay? So I'll repeat to you what he said in detail. First, he talked about how he lost a ton of money as a result of simping for this chick, right? The dude said that he lost $106,000 out of his 401k plan. He lost half of the equity in his home, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, cash, and savings, right? And that he had spent 20 years accumulating. Then he also said he lost half of his non-liquid assets, such as furniture, household goods, electronics, and cars, right? These losses were in addition to supporting her and his stepdaughter, right, for 17 years. Now he's broke and living in a small apartment with a negative net worth. And he said that after they got married, she started having problems having a baby. So he spent tens of thousands of dollars trying to fix her fertility issues. Then one day she shows up pregnant with the neighbor's baby. Now, when the man was telling his story about her difficulty getting pregnant and finding out that she had been cheating, this joker smacked his lips 3 times, okay? Guys, smacking your lips when you talk is a characteristic of a female, not a man, which will cause a woman to lose respect for you. Brothers, it takes more than a beard to be and a dick to be a man, okay? This simp doesn't realize that the woman didn't have kids with him for 2 reasons. Number 1, she was planning to leave before she even married him. And number 2, she didn't want to produce him because he's weak. This guy is too much of a simp to realize that she obviously used an IUD to prevent pregnancy. She was already ready to activate her exit plan, dump him, and then get all of the cash she can. But then she put another guy on the hook for child support so she could get money to support her lifestyle from him too. Now, I know a sister who used her coochie as a cash register, okay? And she had 5 babies by 5 different police officers and firefighters. And this was a category of guys who were some of the highest paid brothers, the top 10% of wage earners in this particular city. Now, granted, she was nice looking and she had a banging body, but she was able to use the court to get 17% of all of their incomes in child support. If they worked overtime, she got 17% of that too. She owned a $500,000 home, drove a Range Rover, and didn't have to do anything but stay home and raise the kids, okay? And I estimate that she received a minimum of $90,000 every year in passive income. Every time they got a raise, she would go to court and ask for more. And let this be a lesson to every second brother. There is no such thing as free sex, okay? Coochie has a cost. And let this be a lesson to every average-looking, hard-working white man, too. You should never marry a blonde, flat-booty Barbie, okay? She'll be spending your money while another man is giving her a ride on the baloney pony. And shout out to the young brother at Mediocre Tutorial and Reviews, okay? I found this next video through his channel, and I put a link to his channel in the description box below. Now, this video features Nina Rivers and her simping boyfriend. She has her own YouTube channel where she encourages women to be free and explore their sexuality with other men, even if they are married or in a relationship. Okay. Now, in this video, she's pregnant and she brings the simp on to state how he feels about it. And this video is too painful to watch because he acts more like his son rather than her man, okay? He talks just like a boy that's in his late teens who's trying to support his mom in whatever program she has going on, okay? And this guy is the quintessential man-sized boy or adolescence, okay? Because he's trying to play the part of being her man, but he's only acting because you can tell he has absolutely no idea about what he's doing. Now, I can't call this cat a man, okay? So I'll say that this adult male is yet more proof that simping ain't easy. He's too blind to see that 99 times out of 100, the fetus that she is carrying is not his baby. And before I even heard one word come out of his mouth, I could just look at him and tell that an alpha-type female would not choose to reproduce him. She needs him for something, but since the D ain't good, she goes out to find someone that can make her come. We live we make laws in America to protect the weak from being preyed on by the cunning, crafty, criminal, and strong, right? And this poor simp is the poster child for the reason why a law should be enacted to make paternity testing mandatory for every birth, including married couples, so that the law won't be discriminatory against single mothers. Now, the final simp is this cat from the Joe Budden podcast. He made himself look like a super simp by caping for women. Okay, but he also revealed that he's the type of Negro that when he ever sees an intelligent black man like Kevin Samuels, it makes him feel inferior.
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart.
So he just have to find a point on which to argue to make it seem like he's smart too.
Men understand that I got to get it out of the mud.
I gotta disagree with you a little bit though, because there's a lot of women, because there was no man figure there, having to get it out the mud.
Where'd they get it from?
Survival, they had to. There was nowhere else to get it from.
Such as what?
I'm talking about women with multiple kids that if they don't bring it home, the kids ain't eating, so they're gonna do whatever.
And earth to black man, okay? Whenever you just have to throw in a not always argument into the conversation, you are revealing that you are weak, okay? You are saying out loud that you are inferior in that moment. So like a woman, you have to argue to make it seem like an intelligent man doesn't know what he's talking about. And Muppet Newsflash, brothers, a man's job is to remove the gray areas from before the eyes of women and children so they can make competent decisions whenever they are not in their husband's or dad's presence. Any adult male who makes not all or not always arguments is intellectually lazy. He is revealing that he is no different than a woman or child. Someone has to remove the gray areas from his eyes too. And simps, make a note to self, okay? You get no credit or brownie points for women by simping for them. Now, this is going to seem a little off the subject, but just roll with me for a minute, okay? Because I'm going to share with you cats some high-tech pimp game, okay? Brothers, you can only get this kind of game from an experienced older man, right? Now, I'm not a simp as it pertains to prostituting women. I'm a simp in pertains of being a public intellectual making paper. I don't pimp hoes, I pimp pros, okay? I pimp words and phrases better than most cats pimp hoes, okay? Hoes can burn out, but my words will be turning tricks even after I'm dead and gone, okay? And this is my bottom bitch right here, okay? She is sold every single day for 8 years, okay? She makes money out on these streets for me every day, okay? And everything a man or woman wants to know about how to build a powerful, successful, and prosperous marriage is in this bitch right here, okay? She'll be making, walking the streets, turning tricks for me as my legacy long after I'm gone. Now, I said all of that to say this, okay? God designed women with a superpower. They all have it, which is the power to reproduce and the power to choose. Female animals inherently know how to pick which male to mate with so their gene pool will remain strong. The female of the human species instinctively know whether or not to produce a boy for a man who is weak. If she wants a baby, she has the power to produce whatever sex she wants inherently. Now, I know this from having counseled hundreds of couples in an effort to help them repair their relationships. I spent 20 years as an intelligence analyst where I was trained to recognize patterns. So now I use my experience counseling couples and my analytical skills to identify patterns of human behavior. Now, I can look at any woman who's 7 months pregnant or more and tell you whether she's having a girl or a boy if I know what the relationship is like between her and the father. And brothers, if a woman wants a girl, she's going to have a girl regardless. If she wants a boy, she is going to have a boy regardless. But if a woman has a strained relationship with the father or she perceives that he's weak, 8 or 9 times out of 10, she'll give birth to a girl. When a woman has 2 children and both of them are girls, it means that she only wanted to reproduce herself. And sorry, Barack Obama, you are my man 50 grand, but Michelle didn't want to produce you. She was a great first lady. However, if you listen to his story, when they first started dating, his car had a hole in the floor where she was supposed to put her feet. So being a strong, independent attorney that she was at the time, she probably saw him as a man that she could partner with and control. And again, if you listen to his story carefully, he ran for president in spite of her, not because of her. She didn't think that he could pull it off and that it would be a waste of time, money, and energy. And why? And I'm speculating, okay? It's because she really didn't have much respect for his ability to accomplish anything. And remember, although he was also an attorney, Barack started out as a community organizer. And Michelle worked in a law firm, which means she made more money than he did, right? But you can tell the coolest president America ever had loves his wife's dirty drawers, okay? However, he's another example that we can use to prove that simping ain't easy. And brothers, Jesus even tried to teach you not to be a simp. In Matthew 6:25, he said, take no thought. Okay, now, that's not actually what he said. I'm just pimping the prose a little bit, okay? This is what he actually said. Therefore, I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat or what you shall drink, nor yet for your body, what you shall put on. Is not the life more than meat? Is not the body more than raiment? And the reason why you should take no thought, guys, is because a thought is entitled, selfish, and greedy. The only thing she's going to be concerned about is where you take her to eat, what club you take her to, if you're going to pay for her hair and nails, and if you're going to take her shopping for Birkin bags, Gucci, and other brand name, low value, high cost bullshit. Well, that's all that I have for now. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share this video with your family and friends, and I'll be back with something new that nobody told you. Until then, remember that God loves you, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'll see you next time on Maximizing Fatherhood.